Greetings everybody, I'm Lobo. Welcome to episode 22 of my Minecraft survival series. Today I want to start this video a little differently than how we've been starting videos. And we're going to be working out here, this little welcome center to our city. This is the project we're going to work on first. And whether or not this new thing I want to try out works out, that remains to be seen. But it's going to be the first in a series of efforts to get this series better, faster, stronger. And I'm kind of anxious to see how it works out. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's get started. Who's the best little doggy in this whole Minecraft world? Yes, it's you. And this is the interior of our welcome center. You know, I actually think this turned out pretty cool looking. And the reason why I didn't really go into detail on the build is because you've seen this same style of construction from me in the past. Like when we did the interior of, you know, the city entrance right here. It's very similar in style. So I didn't really feel the need to go into detail. If you want to see, you know, the process, then there's a whole video dedicated to it. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool, and I honestly can't wait to see how the third-person time-lapse looked. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully. And like I was saying, this is going to be the first. I feel like I'm missing something right there. Cobblestone wall. I think I want a cobblestone wall right there. I think that's going to look good. So let's go ahead and put that in place. Really? Jump boost isn't enough? Alright. Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is going to be the first in a series of changes I'm going to be making to try to make this get in place. There we go. All right, I feel better about that. But like I was saying, the first-person time-lapse is going to be the first in a series of changes we're gonna implement to try to improve this series, and hopefully it looks cool. I can't wait to see it. Let me know what you guys think. It's all thanks to this guy there right here. This is Watchdog. That's what we're going to name him, Watchdog, and he is going to be in charge of third-person time-lapse from here on out. Say hello. Not you. Say hello. All right. Anyway, this is basically my second account. I'm logging into this world on another account, which I'm controlling, and he's pilling up with slime blocks. This is going to be purely in survival mode. He's basically just there to watch. He doesn't interact with anything else aside from, you know, getting up places and recording. We do need to give him some new threads though, because those aren't working. He came to, you know, he was in need of a job, so we gave him a job. But yeah, I think this place ended up looking pretty cool. It's not much to look at from the outside though, because there is no outside. You know, it kind of goes with that. There's no outside to that either. The exterior of these places, that's going to be another episode entirely. I need to devote an entire episode to that. Today, for the rest of this episode though, I think what we're going to do is we're going to work over here at Dunder Minecraft, and I kind of want to wrap up the interior and do some work on the exterior as well. Before we get into that though, I want to have a little note to self right here, a little note to future Lobo. I want to come back in here. Oh, did you notice the floor is in the shape of a moon? That does have significance. But note to self, replace this white carpet with white cement powder. So it kind of goes better with this right here. The reason I didn't do that now is because I need to go over to the withering house and get some bone meal in order to make my white cement powder. But that's a trek, so I didn't feel like doing that today. But I will eventually do that if I remember. Moving on to Dunder Minecraft, I think what I want to do, first of all, is replace this terracotta on the main building with acacia. I think the terracotta, it looks fine on the towers back there, but I think this main building needs to be a little more cohesive. It needs to be a little darker. It needs to stand out on its own. So let me make sure we have some acacia planted back there, which I think we do. I think we see some. So yeah, I'll go ahead and grab some of that and plant some more because we're going to need some for the mining area anyway. But yeah, once we do the exterior, I think I want to come in here, do a little bit of work on the interior. We'll see how much we can get done. Ideally, I'd like to get it completed today, but I know that's a tall order, so we'll see what we can do. Something I just noticed, and this is birch, not acacia. I am aware of that. I know what my trees look like, kind of, sometimes. But yeah, I did not cut this thing down, which, you know, is strange, right? That's because it actually looks like it fell over. We have a fallen log, which is the first time I've seen that in Minecraft. I know that's a thing. It's growing mushrooms on it. It's pretty cool. But this is the first time I've ever actually seen that, so I thought that was pretty neat. As far as the acacia goes, I planted some more of it, but I don't really feel like cutting it down. I'm feeling particularly lazy at the moment. So I think what we're going to do is just go over there, because I think we still have some in those chests from this project right here. So yeah, let's so yeah, we'll just steal some from that project, and then we'll get started on our work for today. Oh yeah, we got acacia for days, and we might not have enough to finish this up, but that's why we planted more, and we'll probably come back to this maybe next episode, maybe the one after that, I don't know. Today, I want to get rid of that yellow, so let me see if I can remember how to get in here. Was it, how do I get in here? I think it was ground floor. It has to be ground floor, and then we'll come around this, yeah, there we go, there we go. All right, so this is a room. We need to actually carve out an entrance, so we'll probably have a hallway going under these stairs, and which means the doorway should be here-ish, possibly. Yeah, I think that should work. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and take out some of this terracotta. We'll replace it with acacia, and we'll see how it looks. Are you okay? Because you don't look okay. Do you need me to call somebody? Because your head's kind of sticking through the wall there, buddy. How's the rest of you doing? All right, well, the rest of you's fine, I guess. If you say so, if you say you're okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. But oh wait, where'd you go? Okay, back to work. So this could be problematic because I didn't really think this through. Once we put these in here, there's no way you're not going to be able to see the orange. I may have to rethink this. Yeah, from different angles, like you can definitely see the orange peeking out, and I don't like that. And also, overall, it's looking very gray. I don't like that either. I think we do need to have some color in there. I think we need to go back and we need to add some color back in there. Alright, so I've done some thinking, some planning, some experimentation, some real mad scientist or mad architect stuff. Not really. But here's what we're dealing with right now. You see this is still very gray. We did add some green in there, some dark green. I think what we're going to do is have dark green as the main color throughout this whole, you know, front area, this main area. The towers in the back, maybe those would all look better like one color too. Maybe the light green, maybe all the dark green. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. We'll work on that later. But As far as this stubby little nub of a building goes, what I want to do over there is the same thing we've done over here, which is knock out a window and kind of recess some dark green in there, because I think this actually looked pretty cool. It kind of, gives that subtle hint of color without being too overbearing with it. The yellow, the light green, that was just too much, I think. I think the dark green works really well here. And speaking of that, let me go ahead and show you what we did with the interior. The floor we got in place. I didn't do that on camera because you guys know how to put in floors, but we painted the walls this dark green. And the other side of these blocks are what you see from the outside, which I think looks pretty cool. What we still need to do is the ceiling. We need to work in our ceiling over here. So I need to put some thought into how to do that, because that's the top of the land right there. So we can't really go too far above that. Something else we need to do is figure out how to work all this area. We need to carve out our warehouse back here as well. I really should have put more thought into this interior before I built it. So yeah, let me go put some thought into it now, and then I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. Now see, this is what happens when you don't plan before you build. You have to make it work. So you see this cuts in front of the window right here, which means we can't really bring this all the way around and have like this be a corridor that goes into a door that goes into this building right here, because that just wouldn't work. This is going to be Michael's office. This is going to be the manager's office, I think, or something else. I don't know. Let's get back across. All right, well, let me get back up there, and then I'll show you my next issue. Snap! Okay. So as you can see, the floor right here, it doesn't match up between the two towers. The tower on the right is a block shorter than the tower on the left, which means that, option A is that we take the tower on the right and we just rebuild it. We make the blocks match up. We can build a corridor or some kind of structure that connects the two buildings. I'm not looking forward to that, so I think I'm going to skip to option B, which is have this center area be just like kind of an open air area. Which I think that was my original intention with it, but then I started thinking maybe it would look better connected, but we're just going back to that. First though, before we, I'm going to give it some more thought, but before we do that, I'm going to go and finish up the exterior of this stubby building. So I think we might have it. Yeah, too bad it's getting close to nighttime. Like you can barely see. That's okay. We'll be wandering around. We'll see it again later. But we have the dark green in there that kind of makes it tie in a little bit better with all the other dark green on this front area. I think this front area is looking good. Aside from the lighting, we'll need to work on the lighting. We'll get around to that. As far as the back towers here, though, the more I improve the front, the less I like the back. So if you guys have any suggestions for those, let me know. It's no big deal to change out the terracotta. That's real easy. But I think this is coming along. It's definitely coming along. So we made a pretty decent amount of progress since the last time we met. I mean, not really on the exterior, nothing's changed out here, but on the interior and on the roof, we have had some changes. So right now I just kind of slabbed over everything. Some of it's going to be like more roof-like area. Some of it's, going to be, I don't know. We'll come back to that. Right now though, I want to bring y'all into the interior so you can see what we got going on here. So you can see we kind of got some stuff laid out a little bit better, and we're doing a little bit of planning on how we're going to do the interior. Right here, I want to work on this hallway. Are you serious? There's another zombie in here? Okay. Well, we're definitely going to have to work on mob-proofing this place a little better. But as you can see, we're working chests in the hallway. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bunch of chests. And what we're going to do is probably work in redstone lamps above them to kind of see which chests are full and which ones aren't. I decided to do this instead of carving out a warehouse in the back because, I really don't want to have to run back and forth collecting the sugarcane, making paper, taking it to our librarians, etc. That's just not fun. That's the whole reason we're building this place, is so we don't have to do a whole bunch of running around. The redstone, I think, should be fairly simple, so I won't go too in detail on that. I will show you a cross-section once it's done. The hard part, I think, is going to be getting our villagers from all the way over there into this building right here. And I think what I'm going to do, this is no longer going to be the office. This will be a break room. And I think the main sales floor is going to be right next to the hallway, this area right here. Since it's big, we'll have, this section all nice and prettied up that we can just take our stuff from out here and bring it to our librarians to sell. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start on the redstone, and I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to accomplish as much as I wanted to in this episode, since I have to go on a resource gathering mission because what we need to do requires a lot more iron than what we have. So there's that. I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. Well, I guess I can't really complain if you're going to reward me with diamonds, so yeah. let's do some resource gathering. Cool. Oh, I am so happy about this haste too. I mean, like the resource gathering is actually not taking as long as I was expecting it to. Like really, we just come in here, we swing our pickaxe around, and we get magically rewarded with tons upon tons of resources. Pretty awesome. And just look at it all. This is great. Alright, so I guess we can't always just go around swinging our pickaxe like a madman, because being in extreme hills, we come across blocks like this, which are not normal stone blocks. I know what you are. You're not getting me. I know you're silverfish in disguise. Let's just mark these so we don't accidentally give ourselves a real bad day. Huh. So it seems we have a little bit of a mob problem with this building. Get out! Oh, ow! Alright, you know what? Just for that, I'm gonna take this nice and slow. Now come here. Yeah, that's how much you mean to me. We were, I think, 20 hoppers short, so I think this should just about cover it. Now comes the part where we wait. Note to self, future Lobo, we need a super smelter. I guess in the meantime, I can go ahead and chop some wood so we can get some chests for our hoppers. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we have made some progress, and where are you? Are you serious? I'm getting sick and tired. Ugh, go away. Alright, well I wasn't going to show you this part yet, but I guess since we're in here I might as well. I came up with what I thought was a cool lighting solution to solve our mob spawning problem, which obviously is not as cool as I once thought it was. So I'm going to have to put some thought into that. But what we're going to show you first of all, or what I'm going to show you first of all, is the storage. So I left out a little cross section right here so we can see what's going on with the redstone. I'll just kind of have you guys, take a peek at it real quick. And I'll kind of explain it as we go along, if I can get up here. Okay. And this hopper stream right here, this comes from the far right tower. And if you look a little bit further down, you can see that there's the middle tower hopper stream right there, and on the end there's the hopper stream from the far left tower. And basically they feed into this hopper chain, which goes behind these chests right here. So every 5 chests belongs to a tower. This chest to the right is the dark green tower, and this one to about 5 in is the yellow tower, and one of these in the middle, probably this one. Yeah, those next 5 chests belong to the middle tower. But as each tower fills up the chest, a light's going to come on over the chest to indicate that that chest is full. And how this is done, just in case you guys are interested, is we had to run hopper chains from each of our towers instead of our water streams that we had before, which is no big deal. I mean, the towers are like right above this hill, so I mean, they're not too long. But we did kind of run short on resources, and I had to go out and gather more. I actually might leave that in the episode. It really depends on the runtime, but in case it gets cut out, there was a shortage. But as you can see, it's all divided into sections up here, and this hopper right here feeds into this comparator, which puts a signal through the packed ice right there, and ultimately causes this lamp to light once the hopper's full. Once the chest is full, it fills up the hoppers behind it, and once each hopper gets full, it's going to turn the light on. And the reason why I went with packed ice was just because I wanted something that would look good behind the blue glass. And, I thought this looked really cool, especially for a commercial environment. They look kind of like display cases. And I thought it'd be a good lighting solution, but the skeleton, he says otherwise, so we might have to rethink that. So you can see this one's full. So basically we'll collect our sugarcane from there. We'll bring it over here to our little crafting area. We'll craft it into paper, then we can bring it over here and sell it to Dwight or Stanley or Jim, whoever's, working at the time. So, I mean, obviously it's not decorated yet. None of this is really decorated yet. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have time to do that in today's episode. Like, this took a lot more time than I was initially expecting. But what I do want to do before we end today's episode is do a little work in our break room here. And I think this is going to look pretty cool. So what we can do is get water. I need to get water before we do this. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, I wasn't going to reshoot that entire clip, that long take. So, yeah, basically what I want to do is just fill up this whole back section with water. We'll make this like one big infinite water source. We'll cover the front right here with sand. And can you see where this is going already? Can you see where I'm going with it? So I figure since this is our sugarcane farm, what we can do is go ahead and have a nice sugarcane backdrop, right here in the lunch area, some nice scenic views for everybody to look at while they're eating. Let me go ahead and get this planted in here. We'll probably just bring it all the way up to the top like this. I think this would be pretty cool to add some scenery. And just to kind of tie it in with everything else, we'll go ahead and add some blue stained glass in here. You know, we'll make it just like a little display case that kind of ties in with all the other blue stained glass all over this building. Now, do you remember earlier in the episode I was talking about like changes we were going to make, and you know, we're going to play around with the format, try to make the series better. So it's going to consist of, you know, live building like this. How's that look? I don't know if I should leave that corner piece in there or not. Yeah, we'll leave it in there. Some live building, you know, try to figure out the ratio of live building to progress updates to time lapses and so on. Just to kind of optimize everything for your dining pleasure. And let's see, speaking of dining pleasure, how's this look? Yeah, I like this. I like this room. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely roll with that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get as much done as I wanted to, though. You know, I wanted to do some decorating in here. I wanted to do decorating all over, actually, but, you know, especially in here. And I guess getting the villagers in here today was, you know, that was asking a lot. Right here, though, I think we're going to do like kind of a reception area. I'm kind of like planning stuff out in my head, which I guess I could do off camera a little bit better than, you know, just kind of talking your ear off. But yeah, storage is done. The dining room area is done. A lot of the interior is done. It just needs to be furnished. And the outside, I want to say the front is pretty much done as well, if, you know, I recall correctly. Let's have a peek real quick. Yeah. Okay, so I'm liking that. So that's all looking good. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out so far. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So if you like what you see, let me know. Leave a comment, like whatever you feel like doing. And if you want to see more, you know, maybe consider subscribing. Until next time, though, I'm Lobo, and I will see you guys later.